Kakanda TV.
I am Honorable Rabiu Saidi Muhammad Kakanda, who hails from Yeba ruling family, which happens to be the first and the most senior ruling family in Kakanda Kingdom. My great-grandparents started the kingship of Kakanda Kingdom, that is Etukapa, followed by my grandparent again, Etumusa, followed by another grandparent, Etusidali, my other great-parent, Etukombele. Then the last of them was my elder brother, Etumusa II. It happens that, you see, Kakanda has a setting. We have 4 ruling families in Kakanda Kingdom. Yeba first, followed by Tungbele ruling family, Danki ruling family, and then Imio ruling family. You see, and the tradition of Kakanda is set in a position that you hardly conflict it. Where you have the Aganku, the next ruling family that is waiting will be the Shaba. The third one waiting will be the Potu. The next will be Makun, and then the last will be Lupa. Lupans always come up from the families of ruling Agankus, who serves as advisors to royal father on throne. Who serve as advisor to royal father on throne. Before we go to know all this, I want to appreciate one of our late fathers, Alhaji Ahmadu Ali Autanyaya. You see, we grew to meet a conflicting traditional system, but he used his influence, his resources, his wisdom to rearrange and reset the traditional council rotational system to the understanding of every member of that kingdom. It took him a lot, but he did it. He made us to know that when we were young, we met Etumama Bawala on throne from a Miwo ruling family. And he made us know that after Etumama, strictly he's supposed to go to Yeba ruling family, which is the first. And he stood his feet to make sure that happened. When Etumama died, it was shifted to Yeba ruling family, which is the first ruling family. And a president was set when Yeba was ruling. A Shaba, who is supposed to be next in command, also came up from Atumbe ruling family, which is waiting, the second ruling family of the kingdom. And when Aganku, ruling Yeba, died, the Shaba who served him immediately came up from the second ruling family, which was the next Atumbe ruling family. Other houses and bosses came up, but in fact, they could not push him down. The Shaba, who has served the Aganku from Yeba, came up as Aganku from the second family, which was Atumbele. Unfortunately, he ruled for just a very short while. When he died, the issue of Ishaba came again. We're supposed to come from the third ruling family and next to the second ruling family. We're on that note, struggling for the Shaba to come. Himself, the Aganku from the second ruling family, died. And automatically, who was appointed to become Shaba and Daki ruling family became the next Aganku. So the decision is going on simultaneously. When we had that, then when the Aganku came, the Shaba now is supposed to come from the last ruling family, which was a Miwo ruling family. It went simultaneously like that. Miwo ruling family produced another Shaba, which I think since I'm 60-something today, since I became an adult and noticing the Shabas of Kakanda, we have not had one like Engineer Omar Farouk. We have never had Shaba like Engineer Muhammad Omar Farouk, who came from Emiwo. Others came with single torchlight to brighten the kingdom, but Shaba Farouk came with double torchlight. He pointed from the left and pointed from the right. And we're very, very much proud of him. Since he came, we experienced tremendous development in Kakanda and achievement. He has stood his feet to making sure that Agenku, whom is second in command to, did not fail in his assignments. He was there for him day and night. He used his forces outside and inside to influence so many developments to the community. Kakanda community today has become a say of outside. Everybody's interested in who are these Kakandas? Where did they come from? People who take us to the new place before have now come to understand that Kakandas are different from the new place, though we share the same tradition and culture. But Kakandas are entity of their own. New place are entity of their own. Shaba made that to happen in Kakanda after the demise of the Nokoliji Alajalu Autayaya. Ajali, when he was to die, he handed over Kakanda kingdom to myself and Shaba. He said, boys, we say yes, sir. He said, Danmaje, I say, sir. The tutorials I've given you now traditionally, you can see that the mistake we had, he was referring to himself, they did. He is now standing to correcting them. And he's not doing it with mere absence, in absentia. Therefore, wherever he's able to lead us to, I can continue from there. But with warning, I must have the fear of God. I must not be sentimental. I must not allow cross-carpeting. Because if I'm sentimental and selfish, I might not get it right. But fear of God. A should be giving A, B should be giving B, and let it be like that. No more cross-carpeting. And those are the trends he is trying to correct now, and I can see him. He's trying to correct the wrongs right. Then he turned to Shaba. I say, Shaba, don't look at yourself as a small boy. The position you are today, you didn't buy it. It's God that gave it to you. Whatever it will take you to maintain the Kakandas, God will provide it for you. We will never know that he was telling us bye-bye. Within some few days, our Altaya left us. But the courage he has given and the spirit he has built in us encouraged me and Shaba to continue doing what we are doing. And that's why you see us supporting the late Agonku left and right. Whatever he will do that will make people make a mock of him. If I and Shaba know, we will never accept it. Shaba stood tooth and nail to making sure that the late Agonku did not derail. And he did not. And tremendous achievements were done. During his era, we had the first minister from Buddha, Kakanda Kingdom. Presently, we have a speaker. Our road that was cut off by water was reclaimed by Shaba Koto, who was House of Rep then. We have one of the finest palaces today in local government. The Shaba used his influence to make sure the chiefs and kings, the royal fathers around local government and suburb, begin to see reason why Kakanda should be as an entity. They have been there so supportive. I will appreciate the late Megere of Lokoja. He never do Kakanda matters. I will take him as a grandfather. Now, one of his children are here now, Alaji Gambo. He's also holding Kakandas at a very high beam. Why won't you be happy? With coming of Shaba, the Oimege Igu of Kotonkarife is in Kakanda as a special place. Himself, Mekarifi, Kakanda as a special place. The Rogan is there. Very, very supportive. The Adegwe of Dere is there. The Aman of Mue is there. Other small chiefs are there. The Tupanda is there. The Tugrian is there. All supportive of Kakanda. I want to be proud of ourselves and what we are. So may I say something here. With the warning the elders have given to us traditionally, we will not want anybody to come out from anywhere to want to crumple the tradition laid down by our great parents. Therefore, the four ruling houses we have are Yeba, as I've earlier said, Yeba, Atungbile, Danki, Emiwo. We have four senior hierarchy titles that follows the Agonku from the right. After Agonku, we have the Shaba, who is second in command, who that will emerge from the next family to be, in case of any incasity. Then next to the Shaba will be the Platoon from the next ruling family too, in hierarchy. Then next to Platoon will be Makun from the next ruling family. Then last on the trend is Shabamia, which will be in the family of the present Agonku anywhere. Shabamia is supposed to be advisors to the Agonku on throne after the hierarchy chiefs. Then from the left, we have the Nokoji, who happens to be the chairman of the kingmakers and the regent of our community in case the Agonku is no more. Next, we are going to have the Badaki from another kingmakers family. Third to Badaki, you have Sokiako, another kingmaker family. Then Shamia is the last on that trend too, from another kingmakers family. That's how Kakanda is set. If Agonku is sitting down, Agonku sit at the highest. If he's coming to the palace, nobody sits down before Agonku. Everybody will be standing ovation. When you come and take his seat, then Shaba will take his seat. All the male title holder will take their seat. Nokoji will take his seat. All the female title holder will take their seat. Hierarchically, that's how Kakanda Traditional Council is set up. When there's any problem, Agonku sometimes is like a chief judge. But in situation where he wants inputs, he will call Shaba, call his right hand man, call his left hand man, sit down, put us together, and then we'll have amicable solutions. And I want to appreciate Muhammad Mama Sani, the recent late Agonku of Kakanda. He has done so well. He's a straightforward somebody. He doesn't see himself as anything. He sees everybody as the same. Whenever there are issues, we sit down together and trash it. I will never argue with you. Once decisions come from his council member, he takes it, and that's it. He never say, I am the most senior, my own opinion must be taken. No. He listens to everybody. He gives you time to contribute. Then at the end, you make use of what you want. Our community will be moving forward. In fact, we don't have much problem. But I want to beg. Will this system be arranged like this by late Alhaji Aliu Autaya Amadu, whom tutored us on the traditions of Kakanda Kingdom? I want to beg. Nobody from anywhere should please come. I want to crumple this traditional setting. And any attempt to do that will meet a very stiff opposition. We will not take it any longer. Because we are enjoying the relative peace that Alhaji Aliu Amodu Autaya has created into Buddha Kingdom. I will always appreciate him. Anywhere he is today, may Almighty Allah put him in the line of those in Al-Jannah to Firdausi. That is our prayers for him. He has done so much. At this juncture, we're already in line to get another Agonku. Another Agonku, automatically, the torchlight is pointing to the Imiwo ruling family. And the Imiwo ruling family, this Shah Batazizia, Mohammed Engineer Farouk, that has done so much, that I don't think any contender should come on him. Because if you do so, I, for one, will be sorry. Nobody, including me, that will say no to this President Shaba. I've never had like him before. We have never. He stood to and nail as a bodyguard to make sure this August did not derail, and he did not derail. Himself will not derail. The rain is his, and Almighty Allah will give it to him. To the Kakandas all over the world, I noticed something. The tradition is not like the same. And as far as we are monimous, we speak the same language, I will advise other chiefs of Kakandas, why not come together under the same umbrella and let's rearrange our tradition hierarchically the way Kakanda Buden is, so that Kakanda, it will follow suit. And I think if you have that understanding, anywhere they say Kakanda, the tradition will remain the same. If Agonku is seated, or the chief is seated now, let's say Agonku, leave Agonku, the paramount ruler, if the chief is seated, Kakanda chief is seated, by the right should be the male group, by the left should be the female group. And then this hierarchy of throne should be rearranged in such a system that there is that understanding. From this family is this family, from this family is this family, from this family is this family, to remove this burden of struggle, chieftaincy tussle, unnecessary one from anybody. Like you can imagine somebody who has not gone through the trainings of what Agonku is or chief is, as Shaba or second in command, Umagon Q will believe as nurtured to enter his room in case he's no more there. He just come from nowhere that he want to be. How can you manage human beings, for goodness sake? How can you successfully manage human beings when you have no teacher to have taught you? Allow this person who have been taught on how to handle human beings to step in it, so step in quietly and let him lead. Then you bring in another person for him to also nurture. I think if we agree on that, Kakanda will always have peace.
Kakanda TV.